Howdy folks, Shell Presto here to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a winter that will hopefully be filled with lots of tasty warm beverages and not too much shoveling. Oh, and for the younger set, the maximum number of allotted snow days that don't extend your school year into the summer. Ah, the important things. Anyway, in the spirit of the season, I'll be presenting a warmer, cozier drawing today. Our subject matter is Evangeline Garver, aka Corona, from the East End Irregulars once again. But more importantly, this is the first real, finished piece of art that I've done featuring her cat, Marshmallow. And it's a fun piece indeed, because I tried a lot of new, different things. Firstly, I inked it not in my usual microns or with a dip pen, but instead used colored Staedler Triplus Fineliners. This allowed me to do some fun things like outline Corona's hair and sweater in red, her skin in brown, her cat in gray, socks in green, etc., etc. It creates a much softer edge, and I think the effect turned out really neat. I do have to say, though, that these fineliners are not, I repeat, not intended for use with alcohol-based markers. But I went ahead and used them with Copics anyway, because I like to live dangerously like that. Seriously though, the Staedler Triplus Fineliners are water soluble, so if you use them with alcohol markers, you have to be careful to not really touch your lines. You'll want to color inside the lines, but close enough to the lines that the color bleeds up to the line, instead of running your marker over the line directly. And whatever you do, if you do have to go over a line, do not go over it a second time, or smearing is guaranteed. All that said though, if you're careful and patient enough, it can turn out just fine. And I really like the way this turned out. If you want to try these fineliners without worries, just use colored pencil to color them. Or you can buy colored fineliners that are intended for use with wet media. So, the sci-fi fantasy element in this piece, which I strive to include in every piece, is really subtle and suggestive. It's probably a stretch to say I included one even, so I'll have to make up for that in a future piece. Anyway, Corona is a thermokinetic, or, to put it more plainly and less accurately, a fire starter. So I put her in front of a fire suggestively. This was visually interesting because instead of just having top-down lighting from the ceiling, I also used backlighting. And you can see that I put a halo of yellow on the inside of her outlines to really hit home that golden firelight. Later on, you'll also see a very small touch that I think enhanced the drawing a lot. I made sure to draw bricks on the inside of the fireplace. It would have been very easy to just have the fire in the fireplace and make the rest of the interior black, but by adding those few bricks and therefore injecting just a bit of perspective into the drawing, it's an additional way to draw the eyes of the viewer back toward the focal point. So all those perspective lines lead back to Ava's cat, which is the center of the piece. Little tactics like this can keep folks looking at your drawing longer, and that's a good thing. I suppose the only other thing of note about this piece is that I used colored pencil to add more texture over the markers. Sometimes it's just by lightly coloring with the side of the pencil lead over an entire area, like with Ava's socks or the bricks inside the fireplace. Other places, it's using the tip of the lead and pressing hard, like to create the knit pattern in Ava's sweater and the darker, finer lines in her hair. I used the side of the pencil in an intentionally splotchy pattern on the metal frame of the fireplace, too, to try to give it an uneven, dull metallic look, and I added shading and unevenness to the rock facade of the wall. These are all places where the Copics just looked too smooth, or I couldn't get a fine enough line with the Copics to add detail or texture. So, on a more personal note, the odds are that you're probably watching this video well into the future as part of a backlog, so you won't notice that it's been 8 months since I posted a video. Odds are even greater that you didn't notice that I was just starting to show a pregnancy in the Star Wars collaboration video because, well, the angle wasn't conducive to seeing it. Long story short, I went into labor almost 3 months early, which was terrifying, and there were many long drives to the nearest hospital with a neonatal intensive care unit. But we all got through that okay, got my firstborn healthy baby boy home, went through the new parent adjustment period, and are celebrating Victor's first Christmas today. In addition, we moved to a new house that actually has a bedroom for him when he gets a little older. So, yeah, 2017 was a bit busy, but we're kicking back and enjoying an especially Merry Christmas now, which Mike and I are beyond grateful for. And we all hope your holidays are great too. Now, I'm gonna go watch the best Christmas specials ever created, which are the original, unedited The Christmas Toy and A Muppet Family Christmas by the late, great Jim Henson in the 80s. You've got to do some digging to find the originals though, because the DVD releases of these babies, at least in America, have significant scenes cut out, which is mind-boggling. But even if the edited ones are the only ones you can see, I still highly recommend them. There's no Christmas movie that better captures the spirit of friendship than The Christmas Toy, and, well, A Muppet Family Christmas really captures the craziness and joy of the holiday and spending time with family and friends. Other movies with more humans in them can also have that vibe, but I think puppets can present it in a way that doesn't feel like they have baggage, and Muppets specifically do it in a way that feels timelessly hilarious. Plus, you know, all those great songs. But I digress. I'll see you folks through more videos in 2018, and happy holidays in the meantime. Presto, over and out. Oh, likes and subscribes make the world go round. Shares are much appreciated, and I write and draw books if you like to read. Thanks for watching. Oh, hey, you wanted a secret cat video, right? Meet Winky, my cat, proving that I'm not only a cat artist, but also a cat owner. Cute little critter, isn't he?